Alright guys, welcome back. We're done Surin, thank goodness. Now we're on to Naran. Fingers crossed, it's not painful. I've got mixed experiences with that boy, but you know, we should be post the long, slow burn portion, so here's hoping. In Nasla, husband and wife must sit together at the table while the husband is at home. We know this. When I was first kidnapped, I used to find this custom annoying, but now I'm even grateful for this. I forgot that you're wearing Surin's thing. Looks great. Actually, eating together increases your appetite.
That's right. Lately I've been particularly busy and we haven't had many opportunities to eat together, so I understand how you feel.
Hey, look at this belly. I'm so happy to have you here. I've eaten so much food that I'm all bloated.
Or are you pregnant?
I'm sure I'll be fat tomorrow.
You're cute no matter how fat you are.
Thanks, I guess. I'll take it. The gentle voice that pampers me melts my body and mind. I was embarrassed to be seen swooning, so I puffed out my cheeks to cover it up. When you say things like that, I might just get carried away.
You say that, but you never do. You're always so reserved. You don't say selfish things at all, so sometimes I feel a little lonely.
Is that so?
Yeah. So you can eat more and more. Really. I love you no matter what shape you're in.
Naran. It's just a meal, but I feel like I'm being seduced, and it's like I'm in a dream. I called his name euphorically, and Naran, or Nalan, I'm just gonna... In the special epilogue, he becomes Nalan all of a sudden. Naran's hand reached for my cheek in response. Oh my god, can you not wait your turn? What is your problem? You are literally next. Literally next. I got freaking goosebumps because you just showed up like with no preamble, man. This, I swear, if he shows up in every single epilogue, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna just... Caca! Out of here. This is quite an extensive meal. I hope I don't have to introduce you to the pigsty. Along with the most irritating words, the three-tongued ghost fox, aka Nohl, appeared. That is a great name for him. Even though I was irritated by the way he had just appeared, Nohl saw my swollen abdomen, which fueled my anger even more. Get your eyes off my swollen abdomen. It's a food baby, get out of here! Shut up!
Oh, at last you have conceived a child. I am delighted to see the fulfillment of our nation's long-cherished wish.
It's what you've always wanted. By the way, I don't need to tell you that I'm just bloated from eating too much.
I don't need to tell you either, I knew that.
Then don't say it. It's what I'd like to say, but there's no point in doing so. Nohl just wants to be sarcastic. Hey Nohl, this is something I've always thought about, but why do you show up to our intimate mealtime unannounced? Or everywhere unannounced?
You two are so busy these days that the only time you're together is when you're eating. In other words, this is the only opportunity. Though it pains me so.
I know it doesn't pain him at all, which makes things more annoying. My temples twitched, and I asked him why he'd come here, though I already knew why. So you've come here again today to keep beginning to have a child?
I would rather have not come, but since Naran is so busy, you are refusing to sleep together with him. That is no way to make a baby.
That can't be helped. Naran is so busy these days, I just want to let him get some sleep. Really, though, I want to touch him as much as possible. Girl, chill. That's why the other day, I even used a root vegetable, which is a hot topic for getting energetic at night. Quotation, quotation. However, his recent busyness is out of the ordinary, and I no longer have time for such hopes. You know that Naran, who has just become a military commander, is busy, right?
Yes, I am aware. I am also aware of how perilous this time is, having just been appointed commander.
That's...
Military commanders can become aristocrats if they have children. There are many people who are trying to get rid of military commanders who come from the commoner class before that happens. I thought that you should be very aware of that, but was that my misunderstanding?
I'm doing everything I can, but ultimately it's a blessing from the heavens, isn't it?
That's why I'm telling you. You are not doing it enough.
I want to add the word shame to your personal dictionary.
Then shall I add the word reflection to your personal dictionary?
Okay, let's stop things right there and have some sweets, yeah?
I shall decline. Anything sweet would taste salty right now.
Oh, do you mean the taste of tears? You also have tears that worry about others. I said it as a sarcastic retort, but Nohl's face turned unexpectedly serious. Even the sound of his voice seemed to contain an unexpected melancholy.
My self-respect won't allow me to lose a disciple twice.
Ouch. I know he wants to say, so get a child as soon as possible and make Naran's position a firm one. It's as if he's trying to protect Naran for Surin. The daily sarcasm is annoying, but I'm sure this is also Nohl's way of mourning Surin's death. Maybe he wants to cherish what Surin left behind, whether he's aware of it or not. For the time being, I understand what you want to say, so I wonder if it's time for you to go home. As you can see, now is time for a couple to be together. I'm pretty sure I can't give you what you want with someone watching. I ask him to leave, not just verbally, but with gestures as well. Nohl made one final appeal with his gaze. He left without a footstep as long as he came. As long as he came, I guess. I've been thinking for a while now that Nohl must also be pretty skilled too. His movements aren't really normal. As my eyes were caught by Nohl's sophisticated movements, I heard a somewhat disgruntled sigh from next to me.
It's true that my teacher is a beautiful person, but I get jealous when you admire him like that.
Uh-huh. To my eyes, you are the most beautiful of the world, so don't worry. Or rather, Naran, you don't hesitate to call Nohl Professor. I hear Surin didn't like that very much.
There is nothing that can surpass Lord Nohl's wisdom. A commoner like me can learn a lot from him.
I guess Nohl likes that kind of honesty.
Or rather, it seems that Lord Nohl has a tendency to become attached to those he's bestowed his wisdom to. That's probably why he's worried about me, since I became his apprentice.
Worried. I should be grateful, but just thinking about that sarcasm makes me angry. Anyway, meeting Nohl will definitely make me feel complicated, so I don't want to encounter him as much as possible. And yet, he keeps appearing. Given that, perhaps we should be more serious about having a child. I was seriously thinking about that when I suddenly remembered and clapped my hands. Speaking of children, Solana was also worried about us. I'm planning to meet with Solana today. Solana is still living happily with her husband, Ball. In every timeline, Solana gets with Ball. I love it. Even knowing that, I was still worried and visited Solana frequently. She seems to be acting tough, but I don't feel at ease at all. In Nasla now, once a woman gives birth, she has to move on to another man. How many times have I resented the former king who made this rotten law? Because of that law, Solana, who loves children, has yet to have a child. Okay, so not enough time has passed for that law, for the new law to come into effect. It's still cooking. Well, maybe it's just a matter of time, too. Now that the situation has calmed down, Toya is desperately working to revise the law. Unlike in the past, civilian officials and military personnel who have gotten wives are also cooperative, so the possibility of it happening is high.
I see. Then I'll send someone to escort you.
I'll be fine. I only go to places that are crowded with people. Not even the opposition would cause a ruckus in a place where they are likely to harm the general public.
But I'm still worried. Please, take someone with you. Otherwise, I'd be worried and I can't get my work done. And if I come home late, I won't be able to do what Lord Nohl wants, right?
Hmm? I didn't know what he was talking about for a moment because he said it so casually. After a few seconds of delay, I understood and my face suddenly became hot. Oh yeah, that would be a problem.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I'm not getting nearly as much of you as I want. I can't stand it anymore.
You say that like I'm a nutritional supplement.
Well, you kind of are. A nutritional supplement with a mysterious ingredient. Drinking it makes me energetic.
You saying such things, you've changed. Is it due to Nohl's influence?
I don't know, but my love for you hasn't changed at all. Well, aside from that, really, be careful. Never go to a place where there are no people.
Yeah, I know.
Really? I might have to print it on your head.
After saying that, Naran pulled me closer and kissed my forehead. Enchanted by the soft touch, I raised my moist eyes.
Did you feel my concern?
I felt how much you love me.
That's what I wanted.
As I wanted to be spoiled a little more, I rested my forehead on his chest. Just then, there was a knock on the door. A military subordinate who came to pick up Naran. I managed to swallow my disappointment and let go of his face with a smile. Have a good day, Naran. Be careful.
Yeah, you too.
And just like that, the sweetness of the morning have ended. A single tear falls down my face. And that's how it's been. I'm really getting sick of Nohl's frequent visits. I sit down on the bustling Fountain Plaza and slouch forward. Solana was chuckling at me and giving me support. It was right after that the situation took a sudden turn.
Madam, look out! Gah!
Huh? The men who were guarding me are shot with arrows in rapid succession. Great, I had escorts and that still wasn't good enough. I immediately ran into the shadows while protecting Solana. Soon there were screams from those who saw the blood and the square was engulfed in chaos. The men who were escorting me are... Okay, it's not a fatal wound. No one else was hurt. Still, we're far from safe. Our opponents have become so determined that they'd attack even in a bustling location. It's going to be pretty tough to get out of here alive. If things go wrong, both Solana and I will lose our lives. This is bad. To think that the opposition has become so radical in their movements. I bite my back teeth. It was at that time that I thought I was in a desperate situation when... Oh yeah, he's coming to save his wife! Look out!
For messing with my wife, you can't complain even if I dice you up into 100 pieces.
Naran? Naran, who should not be at work right now, jumped down from the top of some building. Like a hero! He lightly brushes aside an arrow that flies in right after that with his sword. The swordsmanship that lives up to the name of the next generation war god is something I can't help but admire. Meanwhile, Naran leapt high and kicked up the wall, running across the rooftops like the wind. Then, with blinding agility, he cut down an assassin who was apparently on top of the building. He moves lightly as if he had wings on his back. And yet, the arm that wields the sword has a rigid strength to it. I could see with my own eyes that he had established a different fighting style than Surin. You've really grown up, Naran. Even though I already knew all of this and understood it, seeing it in action moved me deeply. And just when I was about to feel at ease, an arrow came flying at me from another direction.
I'm gonna lose my mind. I swear, if he like deflects it with a fan or something, I'm gonna leave the room.
Indeed, it's disgusting that you think you can kill my disciples with this kind of skill.
Nohl's here as well? I was surprised by his appearance, but I was also dazzled by his brilliant swordsmanship. Nohl, stop getting Naala's admiration. Naran is working his butt off out here. Nohl seemed thoroughly unamused, but firmly blocked the arrows while firing off his usual sarcasm. Okay, at least he's using a sword and not, like, a fan, because then I would lose my mind.
Yes, we've received intelligence that some rampaging horse may have been targeted, so we had no choice.
Really? Even when I'm not on your route, I'm still the rampaging horse? Is this really the time to be calling me a rampaging horse?
A horse is enough for a fool who goes out after you've told her it's dangerous. Actually, no, that's disrespectful to the horse.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the help. Thanks to the way the two fought, and the private army led by Nohl, the situation was settled in no time.
My other wonderful husband, Esta, is here. Hooray!
After a while, someone dressed in black robe, down on one knee, facing Nohl. Okay, I guess he just appeared in a black robe and went down on one knee.
The extermination is complete. Some of them have been kept alive, as you ordered.
Then treat them with the most painful method of torture that exists.
Understood.
I don't want to know what kind of torture that is. When I was twitching my face, Naran jumped down again lightly.
Are you hurt?
I was here, so I would expect none.
Thank you very much, Lord Nohl.
Show your appreciation in other ways. Next time, I expect to hear your wife's pregnancy.
Until the moment he leaves, Nohl continues to say things I don't want to hear. Things having to come this far, I feel like the word obsession fails to properly cover it. I agree. Naran gently stroked my cheek as I smiled bitterly.
Are you sure you're okay? I thought I might die when I heard that you might be targeted.
I'd like to say that I felt like I could die while you were fighting. But looking at your divine skill, I felt like I didn't have to worry. You really got stronger, Naran.
Did you fall for me again?
Head over heels. Nah, so cute. I lift myself up on my heels and kiss his slightly higher lips. Feeling his warmth, I softly bite into the gratitude of living together. No. Look at the two of them. So bright, so light, so full of life. I think I'll just stay in the mansion for the time being. After the commotion, we returned to the mansion early. Solana was accompanied by Naran's subordinates, so she should be resting in her mansion now. Perhaps because I was relieved, fatigue rushed in at once and I slouched my body. I put all my weight on Naran next to me. Naran, who has grown stronger, takes it with ease.
From now on, the Black Ops, Lord Nohl's subordinates, will be accompanying us, so I don't think anything like today will happen again.
That's unexpected.
What?
I thought you would tell me not to leave the mansion for the time being.
I'm worried, so I want to say that, but I like you free, so you can go wherever you want.
If you're so laissez-faire, I might just wander off somewhere and never come back, you know. When I tried to tease him a little, I was surprised by his voice that seemed to contain a lot of honey.
I'll always wait for you, my love, to return. I'm a man who endured for 7 years. I'm a patient man.
I felt there was more than 7 years worth of sweetness on his lips as they overlapped with mine. Oh, those 7 years were torture, though, man. A little communication would have made that a lot easier for both of you. Oh, I do love, though, that he's like, I'm not gonna cage you. No matter the worry, no matter the jealousy, I like you being free. And that's one thing I like about you, Naran. Even if your name was misspelled consistently throughout your own epilogue, I'm sorry. Oh, freaking Nohl, though. Okay, Nohl is next. Hopefully that'll satisfy him and he can, like, leave us alone for the other guys. But, Naran's epilogue was cute. I liked it. It was a good one. Alright, I will see you for Nohl's epilogue next time, guys.